Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and I wanted to show you how to transfer all of your data from your old iPhone to a new iPhone 17, iPhone Air, iPhone 17 Pro, or 17 Pro Max. I'll walk you through step by step, including transferring an eSIM if you've never done that, and also when we're done, you'll have all of your data along with your different app icon layouts, wallpaper, and different pages as well. Now the first thing you'll need is your Apple ID and password. You'll need this just in case we need to enter it. Typically we won't need that right away, but if we do, make sure that you have it on hand. The same is true with logins and passwords for things such as WhatsApp, Facebook, Gmail, and other third-party apps as well. Sometimes they'll ask you to log in just due to security measures on a new device. Now once your phone is booted up, go ahead and slide up, and we'll walk through this step by step. The first thing, tap the language that you speak, then select the country or region, and then select the appearance. You can try default, medium, or large, whichever works best for you, and then tap continue. Now right away, it will ask you to quickly set up your iPhone. If it doesn't pop up on your screen right away, like it's not for me, go ahead and lock your iPhone that's next to it, unlock it, and typically it will then connect and you can set it up. So we'll go ahead and unlock to continue, and then either scan Face ID. There we go, and it says set up new iPhone. It will switch over to this where we'll need to scan it with the camera of our old phone. Go ahead and do that, place it in the circle, and then it'll connect. This allows us to transfer data, transfer account information, and anything we need. Now it says, who are you signing into the iPhone? So if you have maybe a child account, you can do that, or select yourself, or create a new one. We'll tap get started, and now it says enter your passcode. You'll need to enter the passcode of your old iPhone when you slide up. If you don't have Face ID, put in that passcode. Now it will say setting up iPhone or setting up your iPhone. Give it a moment as it will activate your account or your iPhone. Now it will say data and privacy, so we'll go ahead and tap continue, but now we'll go ahead and set up Face ID. So we'll tap continue, then we'll tap get started, and we'll place our face in the frame here. Once it sort of locks on, we can just move our head in a circular motion like this, and then it completes. Then you can select to use Face ID with a mask or without a mask or set it up later. So I'll select don't use Face ID with a mask, but if I need it, I can set it up later. Now we'll tap continue, and now we can transfer your data. Now at this point, you have a couple options here. Typically, I'll use download from iCloud as it's much faster. It says it will take about 15 minutes before I'm using my phone again, or you can direct transfer. That will establish a link between this phone and transfer that data. But it says it will take 3.5 hours. So I'll select download from iCloud, and they'll typically give you additional storage just so you can transfer even if you didn't pay for it. There's other options as well, so if you want to set this up from an Android phone or also maybe Windows or Mac, you can do that also. One other thing to keep in mind is if you download from iCloud, you'll set up your eSIM afterward. If we transfer from iPhone, we'll actually set it up now. So we'll go ahead and download from iCloud, and you can set that up later at any time if you want to set up the eSIM after everything's set up as well. But download from iCloud, it says setting up your account. It said signing in. Now we have to agree to terms and conditions. So we'll go ahead and do that, and it will continue to sign in. That took about a minute or two, and you'll see it says make this your new iPhone. So it will move over our apps and data, settings, wallet, and connections. We'll go ahead and tap continue. Now it says location services. You can turn this on for things such as Find My or using Google Maps or Apple Maps. So you'll need that. You can of course change this later on if you want. And now it will add any credit cards or cards you had in Apple Wallet. You again can set this up later though if you'd like to. Now once you've gone through all of your Apple Wallet cards, if you had any, next you'll have Apple Intelligence set up. So you can set this up later or set it up now. We'll just set it up now. We can choose notifications to summarize. You can select these or not select these, and then turn on priority notifications. Again, it's up to you. Then it's going to walk you through the new camera control button. So it's going to show you how to use it, where you have an option for light press to adjust zoom, exposure, and more. It's up to you if you want to do that. I just leave it enabled and tap continue. Then visual intelligence with camera. Again, tap continue. It may take a second as it's sort of loading here in the upper right. And now it brings us to the Siri setup. So we can tap continue or set it up later. Now it's asking about the Apple Beta software program. Now, if you're currently a developer or public beta tester, maybe on iOS 26 future versions, you'll want to continue. If not, just tap Don't Continue Beta Program. Or you don't have to continue altogether, but if you're on a future version on your old phone, this is where you'll need to continue and then start over again once it's actually updated. But we'll just go ahead and tap Don't Continue Beta Program, but if you're not in the beta program at all, just continue. Now it's telling us about the emergency SOS features with crash detection and more. We'll tap continue. And now it's saying waiting for iPhone 16 Pro Max Black to back up. It actually will back up your phone automatically if it needs to do that. And it adds the device to your account. So it's going to take a moment to restore from iCloud. Also keep in mind that you may need to plug in your phone if your battery gets low. So we'll give it a moment, it will estimate, and then it will let us know what's going to happen and then reboot. Once it reboots, we can continue. It took 4 minutes for the iPhone to reboot. Now it's going to restore some data, and it will eventually bring us to the home screen where we can continue to use the iPhone and set up the eSIM. The phone took 4 minutes to reboot, and now we're at the home screen. So we'll swipe up. It says restore completed. We'll tap continue. Now I'll bring my phone nearby. It says reconnecting. Continue on your other iPhone. Give it just a moment here. And now here's where we can transfer our eSIM. So we'll go ahead and transfer from iPhone. So we want to move from the old phone to the new one. We'll tap transfer number. It says confirm transfer on your iPhone 16 Pro Max. So we'll give it a second to confirm. We'll double click on the left button here to confirm. So we'll set this down. Double click to confirm. And now it says ready to transfer. Continue on your other iPhone. So we'll take a moment here. You'll see it spinning down here at the bottom. And what will happen is you'll see it drop here from the signal on the old phone, and you'll see it connect and then activate down here where it says it's activating now. So it's activating. We'll give it just a moment. It'll switch from SOS to a signal, and this one will drop to SOS. So again, give it a moment to switch. There we go. The switch is happening. I wanted to show you in real time. It says connecting to network. Give it a moment here. Now you'll see we have signal, and it will take just a moment here to complete the transfer. Now it says cellular setup complete. You're active. It transferred from the old phone to the new phone. We'll tap continue. Now it says enjoy your new iPhone. So again, we'll tap continue on the old one, and now it's going to suggest erasing the phone. We won't do that just yet, but we'll come back to that. So now on the new phone, you'll see it says personalized iPhone with new looks for icons. This is just sort of an iOS 26 overview. So we'll tap continue to get through this so we can show you the home screen. So we'll go ahead and get started. And now you'll see we have the same app icon layout. Now there's one exception here, is not all of the apps are installed yet. So you'll see that we have sort of grayed out app icons, and that's because now it will start to install those apps and then transfer everything over. So give it some time. Of course, this is very dependent on how much data you have, so it can take a while, but when it's complete, it will transfer everything. The restore completed, you'll see here it says successfully restored from iCloud. You can see your backup settings or tap done. So now we're good to go. We should have everything identical to what we had on the old phone from our music. So if we go into that, go to our library, everything should be the same. If we go into photos, we should have the same collections. Some things maybe haven't populated yet, but basically everything is restored, downloaded from iCloud, and we may have to log into a few accounts such as Gmail. I did have to log into that, but you'll see all of the pages are the same and everything else. You will want to go into Find My and make sure this is your main device if it doesn't ask you. So go into Find My, and if you go under the Me tab, you'll see it says sharing from this iPhone and cellular Apple Watches. If you want to erase everything once you've verified all of your data is there, go into Settings, go to General, scroll down to the bottom, go to Transfer or Reset iPhone, and then erase all content in Settings. That will wipe the phone and remove everything off of it. You don't want to remove things individually as they sync and then remove off both devices. But erasing it that way just starts over and it doesn't interfere with the new device. Also, you'll want to pair your Apple Watches. So if it didn't prompt you for that, we'll go in here. You'll see one of them is already paired on its own. And then we have a few others that we need to pair. So we can tap Finish Pairing. So it's trying to establish a connection here. And if it works, it will just work. If not, we may have to try it again. and it says unable to connect. So again, if you have that problem, you may have to start over, but your data is saved in iCloud. And so that's everything with transferring all of your data from your old device to your new one. Hopefully that helped you. And if it did, let me know in the comments below. I'll link this wallpaper in the description like I normally do. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.